It is so dream board time. If you're unaware and not a regular, you wouldn't know that I make a dream board every single year. It's kind of my thing since I made videos in high school. Like literally this is an annual video. I know some of you guys look forward to it and it's honestly just become tradition. So of course I'm gonna give you one this year. I moved this year and I know that the dream board is in my garage in a box. So we need to go find it. Come on with me to my garage. First of all, how cute is this looking? All right, let's take a gander. I know it's in one of these boxes. Oh, that was too convenient. Oh, is this the one from last year? Yes. Okay, perfect. This is the one from the year before. Not this book in my memorabilia box. Oh my God. We got her. Let's go inside. So every single year I go over my last year's dream board and kind of tell you guys what came true, what didn't. You know the drill. This was last year's dream board and it's honestly beautiful. Hopping straight in, let's start on the left. I put a bunch of pictures of ballet just to continue my ballet journey, maybe do Nutcracker again. I did do that. I feel like I sprung back into ballet this year more than I had in a while. It felt so good and I'm only gonna continue doing that into the new year. It doesn't matter what I'm going through. If I go to a ballet class in the studio, like I'm right back in it. So I'm proud of myself for that. I feel like that really manifested into my life. With that, I had my ballet line that I've been wanting to do for literally ever. I definitely made more strides in that this year. I have it all ready to go. Now it's up to this year. I also had figure skates because I kind of had a moment and I made a video where I tried figure skating, which still is something I really do want to do. It is hard when I'm being cast in all these ballets because I can't get hurt. So putting off that dream for a little bit. Going over a little bit to the right, all of these pictures signified inner peace and just really finding that within myself. This one was definitely my biggest manifestation last year. I was really struggling. I was in a really bad place with my mental health, my anxiety, my OCD, my relationship, and I felt so out of control with my emotions and I was like just screaming for help. Really, it took so much hard work mentally and therapy to get to the place that I am at now. Something in my mindset shifted. Definitely later in the year this manifested more and more into my life. Okay, on the left we had a bunch of money. Honestly, I think business-wise, this was definitely my best year yet, so I do think that manifested out. I hope that continues on. That would be lovely. On the right, we have the Sex and the City ladies. I think this kind of signified having a girl gang, a girl group. This past year was definitely not focused on friends or making friends. That one maybe didn't manifest out. It's on there. It'll stay on there. Okay, top right, we have love, and that has stayed the same. My current relationship, I've been in for 2 years. It's definitely had its ups and downs, but overall it's filled with so much love and we've gotten to such a healthy, good place. Middle, I put a couple houses, kitchen, nook, bathroom. I know me and I put this on because this is like my dream to have a house like this, and little did I know, like I really was not thinking when I made my dream board last year that I was gonna move into a place, but I did, and you guys, I'm obsessed with my house. Like I can't even believe I live here. Everything just feels so right. I didn't think it would manifest out that way, but it did, and I'm so grateful. Okay, bottom right, we had a podcast. We had Alex Cooper on here. That happened. I launched my podcast last February called On Point. It's been such a fun journey. It's definitely been very different for me. I kind of love a podcast format because a lot of my videos used to be sit down advice, girl talks. I love that podcast kind of took over that space for me so I could still say what comes to my mind and my advice, but in a different like format where people can be like on the go and listen to it and whatever. And I have gotten so much good response from the podcast and I'm so grateful. And then there's a lot of episodes that I listen back to and I'm like, what the fuck am I saying? Like, it's really scary because with a podcast, it's what, 45 minutes of me straight talking. There's so many things that can go wrong in today's society, so many things I can say that are wrong that will be misinterpreted. And that gave me a lot of anxiety, which is why towards the end of the year, I stopped uploading as much. I don't remember the last time I filmed a podcast episode, and that makes me kind of sad. I did need a break and I want to continue it. I'm going to continue it on my own without a production company just because I don't want like the forced, has to be weekly, has to do ads. Like I don't want any of that. I just want it to be like a place where I can go speak my mind and it's not like a lucrative thing. Do you know what I mean? I had Kylie Jenner in a walk-in closet with all her Birkins. You know, that was definitely a long-term goal, but in this house that I'm in now, I have been working on my closet room and it's an absolute dream. I walk in there and I'm so excited and happy. Maybe I'll show you guys a sneak peek. Next, I had a bunch of things like the entertainment industry, acting, being in a makeup chair, like just getting more into that. I put this on the dream board every year, but I'm not entirely sure that I want it that bad because it's always been a dream of mine since I was little to be this like famous actress, Disney Channel star. Like that was, I mean, I'm sure that's everybody's dream. Well, first of all, I've been to an acting class and I wanted to die. Like it was genuinely the most scary thing I've ever done, and I don't think I have it in me. Like I don't want it bad enough. There's so many other people that want it, and so until I have that motivation, I don't think that the dream board's gonna give it back to me. But I think it can come out in different ways. Like I love to be on music video sets, I love to incorporate dance. I just don't think full-on acting, script. And also the more and more I like get into the LA world and these famous people, I'm like, oh, I just want to live on a ranch with a cow. It's definitely a lot, and you need to have like a really strong backbone that I'm not sure I have, honestly. Being in the public eye that I am now is more than enough for me. We'll talk more about that later when we're making our, you know, future dream board. Okay, moving up, we had crochet pieces, and this probably is like the biggest thing that was manifested out of the dream board. I just made a TikTok on everything I crocheted this year. It's been my absolute favorite thing. It 100% will continue on to the new year. It honestly has to because I have so much yarn. Looking at the dream board, I'm like, oh, not that many things came true this year for me like they used to in the past. But then I look over to my left and I realize like my intention for this year, like most of this dream board was all about me finding inner peace, getting a better hold of my emotions, being happy, waking up with motivation, and I think I really did end up working a lot on that this year, which was way more important than anything else. So I still feel like I did succeed, but I am way too excited to get started on my 2024 one. I need to go print out my photos, go to Michael's, and just make it like super crafty and cute this year. Let's go shopping. Okay, first stop is Michael's, my favorite place on earth. Oh, there's just nothing better. All right, the blue tape runner. Okay, I'm thinking of like writing out words with stickers this year. These are cute too. Ooh, I want to add like diamonds on there. Ooh, these ones. Okay, secured the good. This is my favorite part, when I get to cut each one out individually. I don't know why, it's just so satisfying. So I'm gonna watch a show and do that. This looks like I'm about to throw up. Oh. All right, let's get this thing started, shall we? A trick that I do is I always lay it all out, take a picture so that I fit everything the way that I want to. The first thing I'm putting on, this is a picture of like a makeup vanity, kind of backstage vibes. This signifies me wanting to do more shows like I did Nutcracker. I'm actually going to be doing another ballet this year. I just want to be in that scene, working on a show, performing. It's just so a part of my nature, and the second I'm on stage, I feel so at home. That is number one. The next couple things are sticking with that same theme. I have a picture of some pointe shoes, another picture of a girl in ballet class, but this one is kind of leading into my next thing, which is starting my ballet line. It's been a dream of mine since as long as I can remember. Being a content creator, I always try to think of a business I can start, and it just seems like the most natural thing for me, something I know so much about. So I'm putting a picture of like a little sample board with tulle. This picture is like a group huddle of a bunch of dancers before they're like about to go on stage, I'm guessing. This obviously means to perform more, but my idea in putting this on is I have this dream of doing like a tour of some sort where I go to studios and teach classes, and they can be like beginner classes, girls that have never danced, and then my ballet line will be sold there as well. Like it would all just kind of be combined into this one big dream of mine. I love being around people that want to start dance. I think it's important to like spread the message that it can be so accessible, you know? This also goes with the ballet line. This is just like a bunch of rolls of fabric. The next picture is, I think it's Lily Rose Depp on a red carpet. Same thing I kind of always put on the dream board, but this is my only really picture of it this year, of just kind of wanting to break out into the entertainment space in whatever way possible. It has always been a dream of mine, and if it's right, it'll happen. I want designers to dress me in beautiful dresses and go on a red carpet. Like, isn't that everyone's dream? Down here on the left, I'm putting two pictures of these kind of like house remodel flipping situations, just because this is my like ultimate dream, is to flip houses, buy real estate. It's something I'm so passionate about since I was very little. I think my next video will be me decorating this house because I've been filming it for 2 months now. It's something that I'm really hoping I can break into. I don't know if this is going to be my year that I buy property, but I have this idea for a show. Like, imagine a Netflix show in which I go around to colleges and flip their dorms and like sorority houses and like decorate them. And I'm actually putting it on the dream board. I'm putting Queer Eye and Fixer Upper because just imagine me, and it doesn't even have to just be me decorating it. It's like, okay, maybe the girls are struggling with something and I'm talking and helping them through it, or I go out to a sorority party with them and it's like funny. It's like a reality show, you know? I don't know where to start with that, but it's something that has been on my mind. Me going into these like college dorms and putting pink and mushrooms everywhere, that's hilarious. This photo is a picture of a fire pit I've always loved on Pinterest, just, you know, embracing that I'm gonna have my dream house one day. Last year I put money on the dream board and it really worked out for me, so we're doing it again. These are definitely long-term goals. This is a picture of like a dream closet. I promise we're almost done with like the materialistic things and then the rest is inspirational, but I got a Porsche on here, a pink one to be specific. Putting it on, you know? Sometimes you gotta dream big. And then to kind of bring this section back down to earth, I have a quote here that says, just remember 5 years ago you dreamed about where you are now. When I'm really struggling or going through something, the best thing I can possibly do is kind of remember where I came from, remember how grateful I would be to know where I am now. And it's an absolute dream. I wouldn't believe anything you're saying if you told me where I was now. So now we're moving on to my top goal of this year, which is to be more social. I have my OG dance friends that will always be there for me, but they live in other places. I've understood with the job that I have and the fact that I am self-employed and I work from home and I have to self-motivate every day, I will go back into my old ways and get really down on myself when I don't have plans, when I don't have social activities, when I don't see people. Like, it's just human nature. It's what feeds the soul, you know? And I think I have not prioritized that just because it's really scary for me. I find it really hard to relate to a lot of people my age just because I'm not someone that likes to party. I don't like to go clubbing. I rarely drink. The perfect night with friends to me is like them coming over, we cook, we play games, we watch a movie. And I'm really unsure on where to meet people just because in the job that I'm in, I can go to these events and whatever, meet these people, but as we know, I really don't click with a lot of them. And it's rare to find someone that really is grounded and down to earth. I've been a hermit for maybe a little bit too long. It's time for me to get out there. And also just say yes to more opportunities, take chances. Maybe it's not going to be the best night ever, but at least I did it. And you never know what's going to come out of nights like that, you know? I am young. My ultimate goal is to end up on a farm, but I can't start that goal early. Like, I need to have a little bit of a life. Another picture I put on here of a girl like out the window, just because, you know, when you're driving and everything is just like feels like a music video when you're out the window and it's just you're so present and you're like soaking in the moment. That's what I want all year. This is a picture that looks kind of like the French countryside. I really want to spend more time in Europe because when I spent my summer in Portugal last year, it was incredible for me. I came back a new girl. If you don't know, my mom is Danish, my dad's German, so I do have European roots in me and I do feel very much at home when I'm in Europe. And I do have a lot of family out there, so I want to spend more time with them. There's another picture here that looks like some coast of Italy. I don't know. I would love to go. I would like to go to there. I have a lot of pictures of boats. I am the happiest person on a boat. There's 2 times you'll see like a giddy version of me. There's one that's on a boat and then 2 at Disneyland. I am an earth sign, but I really just love being near water, the ocean, the lake. I live so close to Malibu and I never really take advantage of it. The other day I woke up at 6 a.m. and I was like, ugh, I'm ready to be awake. Like, what do I do? It's still dark. And I saw that the sunrise was at 7, so I drove to the beach and watched the sunrise. Like, it really isn't that far away and I have the opportunity and I live so close. There's a picture of some girl that's all sandy with a braid, you know, is what we're channeling here. This is a picture of a girl in a bath, but the idea behind this one photo is just to have a better self-care routine. I just don't have that meditation routine and I feel like it's so important for so many people and especially someone like me with the mental stuff I deal with, you know? Better self-care routine, taking care of myself more. As I already said, crochet was a big thing of my year last year, so we're continuing on. I have these 2 super cute pieces. Ugh, it's just so fun for me. I've realized realized that crafts and like doing things that involve my hands and like all my energy and focus is crucial for me. I have another picture here of like this little clay tea light holder. I want to get into clay this year. I remember one time I went to this like spiritual person and they were like, you're a Capricorn, you need to get back down to earth. You have to work with clay. And then I went out and bought like the fake like plastic like colorful clay, and all my friends were laughing at me, like obviously she didn't mean that. The next 3 things are brands that I would love to work with. We have Chanel. Is that not everyone's dream? We have Miu Miu. That's like my absolute dream. I would love to get their attention this year, work with them in some capacity. We have Free People. I've been such a Free People fan. And I have Skims. I've worked with them before, but I'm genuinely like such a fan of their products and I would love to work with them. So manifesting that. Moving on to the top right, we have a bunch of pictures of a girl in nature. We have a picture of a girl reading a book. I want to be out in nature more. I want to have a green thumb this year. I have a lot more like plants outside and pots and I want to really take care of all of it. And you guys know my ultimate goal is to end up on a farm. I printed out a picture of a grocery cart with a bunch of produce. I need to work on cooking more this year and I already started it moving into this house. I just get really lazy and I just get to a place where I'm like, ugh, I'm hungry now. I'm just gonna order. I don't have the energy to cook and clean and stuff. We're changing that this year. And another good manifestation quote. I am stepping into the most successful decade of my life. Am I wrong? I'm putting these other 2 quotes on the board. One says, be more concerned with your character rather than your reputation. And this one says, I will attract the right people by being myself. I went through something interesting last year that I never had before, where I really questioned my character. It's really hard, number one, opening yourself up to the opinions of the whole entire internet, to really stay true to who I am. And also the more and more I become successful or have more money, like naturally my problems become maybe a little bit more superficial, or they're just different, you know? Like I'm not surviving to put a roof over my head right now. That's not my main problem. I'm not in a ballet studio crying over my body necessarily right now. And that's a good thing, you know? Like it's good that I'm elevating and becoming a better version of myself. But as I become more successful, I think it's really hard to stick to my brand of connecting with girls and being relatable. And the other day I wake up and decide, yeah, great morning to go on Reddit and look up my name. And I never done this before, and there were so many people kind of commenting on my podcast and saying that I'm vapid and materialistic and just like some white girl that has all these unnecessarily problems, that I'm just complaining all the time. And that hurts so much, especially when I know my character and I know what I want to put out. Like I hate that anyone would ever see me in that light. I need to have that strong sense of self so that these things don't affect me and that I do know who I am. I'm putting a picture of a bunch of books because I'm in my reading era this year. Not that I'm reading anything right now, but I need to be back in again. More things getting me off technology and my phone and social media. Here's a quote that says, she's like a dream girl, and I think a dream girl should live in a dream world. I'm sticking this one over near the pink Porsche just because it seems fitting. This picture, this is my long-term goal of the board. My favorite movie on earth is The Holiday, and I watch it obviously every Christmas, and there's this one scene, if you've seen the movie, the kids have this beautiful tent and they all lay in it, and it's just like the dream little family. It's like the cutest scene ever, and I'm obsessed with it. It's weird because when I say that my dream is to have a family, I'm like, oh, I'm so not feminist and I'm giving in to what males and like society wants of me. When in reality, I'm like, okay, well, it is human nature to want to procreate. And I think I was robbed of a lot of my childhood, that I would love to create that magic again with my own family. It is ultimately a very big goal of mine. The last quote is definitely something I need to focus on. It says, it only has the power that you give it. This is something I have to remember every single day because I do have obsessive tendencies. I'm diagnosed with OCD, so a lot of the times I make things so much bigger in my head and I feel myself doing it. It's like I have a thought and I'm like, oh, here we go, and I go and go and go, and I can talk myself out of it a million times, but then it comes right back up. And it does only have the power you give it. So in those moments, if I went and meditated or I went and exercised or did crafts or something, like I wouldn't give it all this power. Gorgeous. Oh my god, she's beautiful. This is a beautiful dream board, you guys. I'm gonna add some pearls and some diamonds on here. Here's the 2024 dream board. It's so cute. I encourage all of you guys to make a dream board. You guys know how much they have helped me. So if you do, tag me in it, please. I want to repost it. I'm wishing you guys the absolute best 2024. I love you guys so much. Thanks for sticking with me. Bye.